If you clicked on this video, you probably film sports horizontally like a normal person. But when you export your edits in a vertical form for TikTok or Instagram, they end up looking like this. The easiest and fastest way to fix this, if you're a Premiere Pro user like I am, is to use the auto reframe effect. Basically, select your sequence, go in the sequence menu, click on auto reframe sequence. Now select your aspect ratio, adjust the motion tracking to your liking if you want, and click create. Now your sequence is vertical and all your clips have been reframed accordingly, with Premiere Pro doing its best to keep the action in the middle at all times. It does a pretty decent job, but if one of your clips is off and needs adjusting, there are a few things you can do inside the effect controls panel. If the overall clip is too much to the left or to the right, you can simply adjust the reframe offset setting. If you want to zoom in even more, play with the reframe scale. And if you need to adjust specific timings within your clip, check the box where it says override generated path, and now you have access to all the position keyframes that Premiere Pro created. You can move them, delete them, or change their value. Easy peasy. But what if you don't use Premiere Pro and your editing software doesn't have an auto reframe effect? Well, you'll just have to do it manually, but don't worry, it's not that complicated at all. Once your horizontal clip is inside a vertical sequence, all you need to do is first adjust the scale of your clip and then add position keyframes manually to keep the action in frame at all times. To make this process easier and to get a much better end result, I suggest using guides to help you keep the ball or the player perfectly centered at all times. But if your editing software doesn't have guides, you can download a free overlay guide that I created just for you. The yellow lines are obviously the guides, but the red line is a safe zone where you should keep most of the action's focus to avoid it being masked by the default text and icons on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. The link to my free overlay is available in the description below, but just make sure to hide or delete the overlay before exporting your videos so that it doesn't actually appear in them. By the way, you might be wondering why filming horizontally in the first place if your goal is to create vertical videos. Well, I have an answer for that too. First reason, maximum flexibility in editing. A horizontal frame 16:9 captures much more of the scene than a vertical one that's 9:16. This gives you freedom in post-production to crop, reframe, and adjust without losing critical details. You can export the same footage in multiple formats, horizontal, vertical, or even square, depending on where it's being posted. The second reason is higher resolution and quality, because cropping a vertical video out of a horizontal 4K recording still gives you a clean, sharp vertical clip. If you film vertically to start with, you're locked in and can't make it horizontal later without heavy quality loss. The third reason is capturing the full action. Sports have fast-moving action that rarely stay in one narrow vertical field of view. Shooting wide or horizontal ensures that you don't miss something important just outside of a much more narrow vertical frame. And the last reason is being professional with your deliverables. Many clients, teams, or leagues still want broadcast-style horizontal footage. Shooting horizontal keeps your footage professional and future-proof. You can always make vertical from horizontal, but not the other way around. In short, filming horizontal is about capturing more data and keeping your options open. It ensures that you have the highest flexibility, best quality, and widest usability across platforms. And before I let you go, here are a couple filming tips that help you keep the action centered in camera, so that you might not even need to reframe anything once you get to the editing stage. My first tip is to use a monitor that has vertical guides included. For example, I use the Portkeys LH7P, and with my vertical guides turned on, I always know if my subject is inside the vertical frame or not, so no more guessing game. Another thing you can do is change your focus area setting to center fix. That means that your autofocus will only attempt to focus on subjects that are in the middle of your frame. There's obviously pros and cons to this method because it does make your job harder while filming, in my opinion anyway, but it will make it easier in the edit. So it's up to you to decide which is worse. Anyway, I hope you liked my video. Make sure you subscribe if you did, and I will catch you in the next one.